All right, y'all, we are back with another video. Now, this video right here was sent to me. That was telling me that the governor of New Mexico, Michelle Grisham, is trying to strip law-abiding citizens of carrying firearms, trying to just take away their Second Amendment right. And a lot of people has been in an uproar about this. They said that Republicans want her impeached. They want her in jail. I mean, everybody is going off on this woman. Like I said, this is my first time hearing about this woman, but I do know that they said that she's a member of the Democratic Party. And we know how Dems are. We know how Dems are. But they saying that this woman then went way over the line trying to strip law-abiding citizens of carrying firearms. I mean, everybody needs firearms to be protected. You just never know. You got crazy people out here in this world. So you need your gun on you just for that case to be able to protect your family and stuff. Of course, we don't want nobody out there that just shooting people and all that type of stuff. We don't want that. But trying to just strip, like, you know what I'm saying, like they guns away that they can't carry guns. You trying to take away their rights? So a lot of people are in an uproar. And like I said before, I'm hearing people want her impeached. And like I said, the majority of the people say forget impeachment. This woman is the result of a tyrant. She's a tyrant. She needs to be in jail. This is what a lot of people are saying. We're going to dive into this video so I can see exactly what's going on. This was what I was told. And another thing before I get into this video, I want to say this, is that y'all be careful in the comment section, because for some reason, somebody is using my name and texting people in the chat talking about that they won prizes and stuff like that. If y'all see anybody using my name, please block them. I don't know who that is. They keep texting people talking about that you won a prize. That is not me. If I do any giveaways, any prizes, anything, I will make a video on it. I would never text in the comment section something like that. So I want everybody to be aware. I don't understand why is people out here doing this, trying to scam people. People are using my name. They're using the same logo that I use. So if you see a name in the comment section that's using my name and it don't have a check mark, remember, my name has a check mark beside it. If you don't see that, that is not me. So you got people that scamming in the comment section and using my name. And shout out to the people that came to Instagram that let me know, say, hey, Adogg, somebody is scamming. They using your name. I appreciate all of you that have been doing it. Thank you very much. So if you're watching this, please be aware that is not me saying that you want a prize or trying to get you to go to a Telegram or any other site. That is not me. That's somebody trying to scam you, okay? So please make sure if you see a person texting you talking about you want a prize, block them immediately, because that is not me, all right? And I might have to say this for the rest of the week so more people will know, because I don't want nobody getting scammed. I don't know why people out here doing this. This is just crazy to me. But like I said, shout out to the people that came over and told me on Instagram. I really appreciate it. But be aware that is not me telling you that you won a prize. That's somebody trying to scam you using my name. So make sure you block them, okay? Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this video, y'all. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. You know, the word impeachment, it was something you didn't hear very often. Of course, it's happened a couple times in history, but for the most part, it's been a little bit of a taboo subject. Maybe that's not the right word, but for the most part, for most issues in politics, impeachment was sort of a last resort option, you know, like a last option. Nowadays, it's impeachment after impeachment. Some justified, some not, and some extremely justified. Very much necessary. This one right here, this one's necessary, along with the whole Fani Willis impeachment, which unfortunately I don't think is actually going to happen, even though it probably should. But this one, there's really no question. State Republicans in New Mexico are now pushing ahead an effort to impeach New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham after she attempted to use her state executive power to forcefully impose a gun ban on the citizens of New Mexico, depriving them of their Second Amendment rights. rights. First she got blocked by multiple sheriffs in her state, now she's getting impeached. The political fallout here is epic and totally deserved and justified. Let me update you guys on what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's the headline from Santa Fe, New Mexican. Republicans push ahead with attempt to impeach governor over Albuquerque gun ban. A pair of Republican lawmakers are pushing ahead with an effort to impeach Democratic Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham over a gun ban that has been called unconstitutional and thrust New Mexico into the national debate on gun violence. The effort, however, faces an uphill battle in the state legislature, where Democrats control both chambers. Representatives John Block of Alamo Gordo and Stephanie Lord of Sandia Park this week launched a certificate form for lawmakers to sign calling for an extraordinary session to impeach Lujan Grisham over an executive order prohibiting carrying open or concealed firearms in public in Albuquerque and across Bernalillo County. For a little bit of a flashback, and I guess for people who aren't aware of the context, here's what the New Mexico governor said, I think, last week, which started this whole fiasco.
You took an oath to the Constitution. Isn't it unconstitutional to say you cannot exercise your carry license?
With one exception, and that is if there's an emergency, and I've declared an emergency for a temporary amount of time, I can invoke additional powers. No constitutional right, in my view, including my oath, is intended to be absolute. There are restrictions on free speech. There are restrictions on my freedoms.
A Democrat governor attempting to use executive power to simply strip citizens of their right to carry. I can't think of too many things as unconstitutional as that. And it takes us right back to the Democrats' favorite word, the word that they love to use over and over again, even when it clearly doesn't apply. Well, actually, it seems like Democrats only like to use this word when it doesn't apply, fascism, because if Democrats actually cared about fascism, well, they would probably be the ones actually leading the impeachment of Mrs. Grisham after her clear abuse of power and disregard for constitutional rights, but of course they are nowhere to be found. Folks, these are the people who call you a fascist, you authoritarian, the same people defending this woman, the Democrat governor who views herself as the ultimate authority above the Constitution and above police.
We just heard from the sheriff. He joins the attorney general and others who say they won't enforce it. It's unconstitutional. Why do it if it can't be enforced?
Well, that's their opinion. They have no bold actions. They don't have any plans for reducing gun violence.
But we also have, Governor, the Constitution of New Mexico and the Constitution of the United States, and you're an attorney. Do you think you're on solid constitutional ground here?
Well, we're going to see. Look, I wouldn't do it if I didn't think I had the right. I have the right.
Where
no,
is
you
the
don't.
right? Where is the right?
In the state of New Mexico.
No.
Public health, it's a suspension. It's not a ban. And we'll see what all of these court actions do. And
she claims that police departments and sheriffs have no right to tell her what is constitutional or not. She's a strong Democrat girl boss, and nobody can tell her what to do because the kids. Yeah, I don't know about you, but that seems awfully fascist to me. Because obviously, maybe the police can't tell you, but at some point the federal courts will certainly tell you that what Mrs. Grisham did, what the governor of New Mexico did, was obviously blatantly illegal and unconstitutional.
Exactly.
People ought to be coming to their senses on this issue, folks. We are experiencing a slow march towards complete fascism. There is a leftist fascist dream that we are slowly walking to. Look, it may not be scary, hardcore fascism like Mussolini fascism, but it's fascism nonetheless. It's narcissistic, faux compassionate fascism. At the end of the day, it's fascism with a little cherry on top. It's fascism with a nice little smile. Compassion. That's all we ever hear. The kids. We're trying to do the right thing. And in order for us to do the right thing, we need to control what you say, what you see, where you're allowed to go, how you run your business. Cannot defend yourself. No, of course not. That is the first step towards fascism in any instance, to take away your ability to defend yourself against tyranny. There's a freaking textbook, folks. There is a list, and the Democrats check pretty much every single box on that list. Pay attention. We need to be seeing a mass awakening fast, or it's going to be too late. A mass awakening like this guy had on national TV. Here's a great viral clip that's been bouncing around the internet of a news anchor kind of going off script back in 2022.
Let me say something that I've never said before in 40 years of broadcasting about my personal politics. I voted twice for Donald Trump. because I thought him to be the less imperfect of two candidates. I am at heart a libertarian in the sense that I believe, as my grandfather once told me, quote, in this country, you have the right to be left alone. Given the binary choice in the voting booth, I felt Donald Trump was closer to our constitutional foundation and the promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness than either of his 2016 or 2020 Democratic opponents. I also believed...
See, like this right here is what I don't get. This woman said only if it's an emergency. It can be an emergency at any time. You can be out driving your car, get out the car, somebody try to run. It can be an emergency. What you mean an emergency is the only time you can use it? You can go anywhere in the world. It don't matter. You can walk out your house. It can be an emergency. You can get in your car, go to the store, get out the store, go out of town. It can be an emergency at any time. That's the reason why you need your weapon at all times. You don't want to hurt anybody, but you just never know when you might need your gun. Like trying to ban people and take their Second Amendment right away from them is wrong. That's the reason why she's getting impeached. She knows she's wrong for that. She's like, come on. This right here does not make any sense to me. This does not make any sense to me. This woman is trying to ban guns from law-abiding citizens. Now they can't protect themselves because of you. A lot of people, because I'm telling you, this is going to cause a lot of people to lose their life dealing with this woman, Michelle Grisham. Because they ain't got a weapon, a gun to protect themselves from. Because you're going to have people that still tote it. You got people out here that don't care. And then the people that really want to tote it, that's law-abiding citizen, they want to tote their gun just so they can be protected, so they can protect their family. You never know where you might go, and then it's a problem, and you need your gun. Oh, well, I can't have my gun because of New Mexico governor from the Democrat Party, Michelle Grisham. Like, this right here is messed up. And this woman need to go to jail for getting impeachment. She need to go to jail. I'm telling you, this. I can imagine what people are saying. She shouldn't just be impeached. She should be charged with treason. Look at that. The Bill of Rights doesn't say what people can do. It says what the government can't do. If she or any Democrat cared about the kids, she will be enforcing the laws that put criminals in jail. It's like everybody is going off on this woman. Like, this is wrong, trying to take away people's Second Amendment right. What make you think you more than everybody else? You more than the Constitution? No. But this right here is crazy. So hopefully they do something about this quick.
Donald Trump was careless and responsible himself for many of his political troubles. But I'm deeply angry and resentful of anybody who suggests that I guarantee you Trump won't allow nothing like this. I can guarantee you, but we know Biden ain't gonna step in and say anything. He ain't even gonna make a comment on it. This is the reason why we need Trump in office. Trump won't allow stuff like this. Even if Trump couldn't do nothing about it, I guarantee you he will at least say something about it to let you know he care. But we know Biden ain't gonna come out and say anything. Nothing. That's why Biden needs to be gone. Anybody else who made that same binary choice in a voting booth should be labeled by today's president a semi-fascist. I've had good history teachers throughout my life. I know exactly what fascism is. At its most basic level, fascism embodies a consolidation of political power. It attempts to limit political opposition, and it mandates how and what private industry can produce. Given what's happening in our country today, the union of big tech with centralized government, the shadow banning of conservative opposition, the outright banning of those who question the efficacy of vaccine mandates, the banning of even a former U.S. president from speaking his voice on some platforms. All that is technically much closer to fascism than anything Donald Trump did. As we approach the midterms, look for Democrats to increase the frequency of the fascism accusations. Yesterday, the Washington Times reported, and I quote, Democrats are tagging their Republican opponents with extreme labels ahead of the midterm elections and linking the party to violence, fascism, and Nazis. Another common trait of fascism is the fifth column, the agent provocateur, the person who infiltrates the opposition party, who wreaks havoc to make it appear The opposition is bent on threats, violence, and illegality. So when you see reports of the Nazi flag seen at some Governor Ron DeSantis or some other Republican rally, question it, just as you would question, say, Jussie Smollett or some other perpetrator of fake hate crimes, a phenomenon that is on the rise these days. Take nothing at face value. And finally, there is an informal law of rhetoric known as Godwin's Law. It posits that the first person in an argument who invokes history's worst episode, Nazism or fascism, as the equivalent to some present-day conflict, well, that person loses the argument.
That right there is the exact realization that people ought to be coming to. Fascist ambition under the guise of compassion is fascism nonetheless. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and possibly.
Here was another good video. Another good video. But like I said, they definitely need to do something about that. That woman, Michelle Grisham, shouldn't be allowed to take away people's Second Amendment right like that and not being able to bear arms. Like she can't do that. And I'm glad that Republicans are stepping in on this. And like I mentioned before, we know Biden ain't gonna say anything. He ain't gonna say nothing. But that's the reason why you need a president that cares. Even if a president can't do nothing about it, but you at least have a president that will say that will speak out on it. That will say something to let you know that he care about that. People need, I mean, this woman said only if it's an emergency. Man, like I said, it can be an emergency at any time. Emergency can happen at any time. Not when you just at home. You can be anywhere in this emergency. You be at the barbershop getting your hair cut, somebody come in there with a gun. It can be at any time. That's why you need gun on you at all times to be able to protect yourself. That right there is crazy, yo. That is crazy. Y'all please get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. That's a bunch of bull crap to me. But she's dead wrong for that. She's dead wrong for that. But like I said, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about that. Shout out to everybody that watch the video to the end. Like I said, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.